Coach, in terms of intensity and effort and all that, how did Kentucky look compared to maybe what you saw in, I guess, UCLA?
Well, I think the final score speaks for itself. You know, they came ready to play. I'm not saying we didn't, because we were in there for a while until we got in foul trouble. But you know, you just got to give them a lot of credit. They responded from a loss, and you know, they obviously made a lot more plays than we did.
David, things started out well for you, for the Cardinals in the game. Talk about you going on an 11-point run, but then the offense seemed to go out of sync. Just the rest of the first half, especially that stretch where you didn't hit a field goal for like 6 minutes. What happened?
Well, we got in foul trouble. And that's not an excuse, that's just the reality of it. Honest and Ray both pick up 2 fouls. VJ picked up the second foul, and now you're trying to kind of just mix and match lineups to try to get to halftime, and they took advantage of it. I mean, again, you just got to give them a lot of credit. We had to try to weather the storm there as much as we could to get to halftime, and that's when they made their run, and we just couldn't overcome it at the end of the day.
Ed, do you have a question?
I did.
Bottom right here.
David, obviously when you get in foul trouble, you can't be as aggressive. It seems like that they were driving the ball with the hoop, and you guys were just kind of having to back off. Is that the way you see it?
Well, we had a game plan. We wanted to come in and try to be confined, I guess, on defense. You know, just tight on defense, try to protect the paint, because we knew they were going to make it a point of trying to drive the ball. You know, but what happens inevitably is they come out, they hit a couple long jump shots, and now all of a sudden you get a little bit extended on defense, and then the driving angles open up. So, you know, like I said, this is going to sound like a broken record, but you got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, they just were the much better basketball team today.
David, you've been a part of this rivalry. David, you've been a part of this rivalry as, you know, an assistant. What was it like being in the head coaching role in this rivalry game?
Well, if you ask me that question right now, I'd say it's not very much fun. You know, look, I've been a part of this as a player, as an assistant, and obviously as a head coach, and it's an intense rivalry, but at the end of the day, it's just a basketball game. And, you know, today we just played against a team that was much better than we were.
David, were you concerned at all about how Honest spent his third and fourth fouls? It didn't look like the kind of foul, you know, already in foul trouble, those 2 fouls were the kind of fouls you ordinarily want from your big guy.
Yeah, I mean, he was just trying to be aggressive and do what he does and block shots. You know, this was a day where we just couldn't do anything right, it seemed like. So, you know, it's when it rains, it pours, I guess. But he was just trying to be aggressive.
David, 2 questions. You're down, I think, 14 at half. What did you tell the guys in the locker room, and why do you think it didn't go any better in the second half? Also, as a follow-up, where do you go from here? What do you tell the guys in the locker room after the game, moving forward, so that they don't get discouraged?
Well, I just told them, I said, look, we're going to get back in the game, but it's got to be with our defense. And we came out, we scored the first 2 or 3 possessions of the second half. We just didn't get any stops. They scored the first 4 or 5. That was the problem, and we never could get it close. So, you know, today was kind of the first game all year, and most of this credit goes to Kentucky. We let our offense affect our defense too much. We couldn't get a stop. We just, you know, we had a low deflection total. We, you know, we had 5 blocks, only 3 steals. So, you know, just defensively, we just couldn't get ourselves going, and I think a lot of that was because our offense wasn't really working for us.
What do you tell them about not getting discouraged?
Well, look, I mean, we've got 18 ACC games starting on Tuesday, so you know, we got to bounce back. If we don't learn from this, then that's when it's really bad. You have to learn from this, but you just got to move on and get ready for Tuesday, because that's going to come in a hurry.
Jerry?
David, obviously the 3-point shooting wasn't what you wanted. Were you happy with the shots, or what did you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be better served to answer that question after watching the film. I think we forced it a little bit too much there when we didn't have much of an inside presence. But, you know, you can't rely on 3-point shooting to win every game. So that's where we just let our offense and not making shots affect our defense.
In the back?
Coach, in the back here. Heading into conference play, what is this team's identity?
You know, we might, I don't know if we've 100% found that yet. You know, we're going to have to be a great defensive team. We're going to have nights where we don't shoot the ball well. We've had some earlier this year. We were just able to overcome it with our defense. But, you know, we're going to have to really rely on our defense, because we have guys who've been on very good defensive teams before. And we just have to get back to doing that, get back to the basics. And you know, there's going to be a lot of learning lessons from this game, and we just have to build on those.
David, the foul over here. The foul trouble in the first half forced you to kind of go with a lineup that I don't think you've used at all this season, other than in blowouts. Is that something going forward that you think you may have to go with guys with 2 fouls that trust them a little bit more? Or?
Look, I was just trying to find anything and everything that could at least get us to halftime. You know, I just kept saying if we could just get to halftime and keep it close. You know, but look, foul trouble is part of the game. It's something we've experienced before. We couldn't overcome it today.
Anything else? Thanks, everybody.